All right, let's just dive right into this massive August 2026 announcement that is absolutely reshaping the mobile gaming landscape, the reveal of PALWORLD Online. If you thought you knew everything about capturing pals and building sprawling bases, well, prepare to have your expectations completely recalibrated. Because what we are tearing down today in this explainer is a monumental shift in how interactive media is delivered right to our pockets.
Right off the bat, this joint executive statement instantly establishes the massive ambition at play. They aren't just taking a PC game and, squishing it down to run on lower hardware. They are explicitly aiming to set a totally new benchmark for open-world gaming on smartphones. The absolute key phrase to listen for here is fully featured MMO. For us players, that means they are swinging for the fences, aiming to build a premier mobile service platform rather than just dropping another cheap cash grab.
To really wrap our heads around this industry shakeup, this explainer is going to tear down the announcement piece by piece. We'll hit the mobile MMO reveal, compare the original versus the mobile edition, look at the Garena partnership, pop the hood on tech and monetization, and then map out the release roadmap.
Okay, kicking things off with Part 1, the mobile MMO reveal. Let's get into exactly what was just announced for iOS and Android devices.
Here's the really crucial takeaway. Pocket Pair didn't just cram their console hit onto your phone. No way. This thing was engineered from the ground up as a completely bespoke, standalone experience. It's not some watered-down port of what you might have played on a monitor. The developers literally rebuilt the core pillars, creature capture, base building, industrial automation, specifically with touch-native interfaces and optimized asset streaming in mind. Just imagine managing your entire PAL workforce with a few simple swipes while you're on your morning commute.
Now, I really want you to notice the key term here, persistent. That means the ecosystem you inhabit, it keeps living, breathing, and functioning even after you log off and put your phone away. The architecture supports a seamless multiplayer environment built for huge concurrent player populations per region. You aren't just hosting a quick session for a couple of friends anymore, you are joining an ongoing massive world.
Which brings us nicely to Part 2, original versus mobile. Naturally, you're probably wondering how this new edition actually stacks up against the game you might already own on PC or console. The massive pivot we're talking about here is just wild. We're going from a $30 one-time purchase with a strict 32-player co-op limit over to a sprawling, massively multiplayer free-to-play universe run by Garena. And actually, a really huge detail, they are completely decoupling from the original storyline. Mobile players are getting totally exclusive narrative arcs, original lore, and unique quests that you literally cannot get on the PC or console versions.
And just think about how this structural shift impacts gameplay. It pushes way past basic survival into something incredibly structured. In the original, you've got your standard survival and catching loop, right? But on mobile, they are introducing actual co-op PvE dungeon raids requiring dedicated player roles, tank, DPS, and support. Plus, they're rolling out dedicated PAL Arena PvP battles and regional guild territory wars over rare resources. It is a massive leveling up of the game's competitive depth.
To pull off a shift this massive, Pocket Pair obviously knew they couldn't go it alone. That leads us to Part 3, the Garena partnership.
Let's just sit with this number for a second. 25 million. That is how many units Pocket Pair sold after their explosive debut early in 2024. That success made them an absolute titan in indie development. But it also laid bare a really critical reality. Scaling and maintaining a live service mobile MMO demands vast server hosting resources and specialized netcode engineering. And frankly, that is just not their core background. So enter Garena, the Singapore-based publisher famous for the absolute phenomenon that is Free Fire. By tapping Garena, Pocket Pair gets to offload all that intense live service engineering to a proven leader. Garena brings unified regional cloud clusters to deliver low-latency connectivity. This basically lets Pocket Pair expand the IP globally without having to pull their own internal teams away from the PC and console roadmaps. It's a win-win. History in the mobile gaming sector tells us that successfully migrating an open-world game relies entirely on these four exact operational pillars. Garena absolutely has to nail server stability, touch controls, mobile-first content, and fair monetization. If the servers crash constantly, or the touch controls are clunky, or if the monetization feels like a scam, the game fails. These four elements are literally the blueprint for long-term player retention. So let's pop the hood for Part 4, tech and monetization, and see how they are actually tackling the hardware constraints of our smartphones. Okay, decoding the technical jargon here, basically, Garena's engineers have worked some serious magic to make sure your phone doesn't double as a space heater and melt your hands. Open-world games are notorious battery killers, but Garena's intelligent RAM management algorithms mean that even when the screen is absolutely packed with complex environments and a ton of PALs, mid-range phones can still hit consistent frame rates without aggressive CPU throttling.
On the business side, which is always a hot topic, Garena has explicitly committed to preserving competitive integrity. They are focusing strictly on cosmetic items and character customization, entirely avoiding pay-to-win microtransactions. This is so vital, because they're introducing competitive PAL arenas and territory battles. Making sure someone can't just swipe their credit card to buy a victory is absolutely crucial to keeping the community healthy long-term.
And I love this part. To fit how we actually play games on our phones, they totally redesigned base-building ergonomics. Using touch-native UI, you can set up automated factories with just a few simple swipes. These systems then just keep harvesting resources for you continuously. It guarantees that you're making tangible progress even during super short play sessions, or while you're offline and your phone is just sitting in your pocket. So, the big question, when can we actually play this? That takes us to Part 5, the release roadmap and market impact.
Here's the strategic playbook. Following the massive August 2026 reveal, Garena plans to roll out regional beta testing in late 2026, starting with players in East and Southeast Asia. This lets them pressure test their server telemetry and monetization in the real world. Once they've got that data dialed in, they'll open the floodgates globally with pre-registration, offering exclusive starter bundles to early adopters.
Now, we do have to talk about the elephant in the room, the ongoing patent litigation initiated by Nintendo. But according to the source material, Garena is moving forward with substantial financial confidence. Legal analysts are pointing out that this ground-up mobile rebuild incorporates entirely distinct interface designs, specifically crafted to steer clear of those patent claims and avoid any operational friction on the app stores.
Which leaves us with a genuinely fascinating scenario to watch unfold. We've got a massive IP teaming up with an industry heavyweight, targeting the most lucrative gaming market on the planet. With quarterly seasonal updates, new land masses, and unique PAL species already on the roadmap, will this strategic alliance completely disrupt mobile gaming as we know it? Or will the sheer ambition be too heavy for smartphones to handle? Only time and server stability will tell. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and definitely keep your eyes peeled for those beta drops.